Welcome back to Seattle's Morning News. KIRO Radio's Micki Gamez joining us now. For the first time in its 4-decade history, America's largest lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, and queer civil rights organization, the Human Rights Campaign, HRC, has declared a national state of emergency for members of the LGBTQ plus community. Micki? You'd argue that maybe this is a little bit too late.
I do. I feel like, it's a 4-alarm fire, and they're calling the fire department for the first time to say, hey, come and take care of this. When this probably, according to other people in the community, where I've read comments and spoken to other friends who say that this alarm should have been sounded a long time ago, perhaps maybe even the last legislation, perhaps maybe, when 49 people were killed at Pulse Gay nightclub in Florida and Club Q in Colorado in November, that they really should have started to sound the alarm then. And then some people also say, okay, HRC's funding must be low. Maybe they're just trying to scare us so that way they can get more donations. That's what I'm hearing in the streets, But what's really interesting is that the group's president, Kelly Robinson, says, and I quote her, LGBTQ plus Americans are living in a state of emergency. The multiplying threats facing millions in our community are not just perceived, they are real, tangible, and dangerous.
So what is this state of emergency? Is it basically just that, a declaration that telling people we are in this state, or what exactly does this mean?
So what it means is that they have put together a digital guidebook for the LGBTQ. We call it the LGBTQ. That's why I'm having a hard time saying it. In our family, we say the LGBTQ community. But they've put together a digital guidebook to let Americans in our community and those who support us to find out which states are hostile to the community. And they want people to go there to check it out, to find out what's happening in your state and what can you do if you want to remain in your state, or, how to get the heck out of there. And I'm sure they want donations so that way they can help fight the 417 anti-LGBTQ laws that were introduced the first quarter of 2023.
This is stunning. I find myself sitting here and just counting up all of the precious people in my lives who belong to that community. Mm-hmm. And, I wouldn't have my career today had it not been for 3 gay men, Travis Mayfield being one of them, who has supported me through my whole career. And it makes me emotional because
I see your tears.
Yeah, you're sitting before me. Travis, you're sitting next to me. I can't imagine what it's like to fear for your life every day.
I do. I fear for my life. I don't live in fear. I try not to live in fear. But we were just talking about it off air, and you asked me, what are your plans? What are you going to do? And I said, well, we have a safe. We've got cash. We've got accounts. And we've got passports, we've got our enhanced IDs and driver's license, just in case we have to flee the country.
That you live in America and you have a refugee plan.
I do.
And she's Travis, not alone. We do too.
You do too.
We got our kid. My husband has Canadian citizenship, and we got our kids Canadian citizenship. And I mean, that's because just in case. We always just say to each other, like, let's do this just in case, because I see what's happening in so many places. And I will point out that, this guide that was issued has Washington as a very safe place, a very supportive place. But look what just happened yesterday. We have this planning commissioner in Sammamish who feels that it's okay to, during a public meeting, a city meeting, say that, I'm diseased and that I am corrupting children. I mean, that's what he's doing. He's saying that my family doesn't deserve to exist and that I am making the world a worse place to be. And you, Micki, are making the world a worse place to be.
Right.
And that is hard to hear on a daily basis. And so, yeah, I mean, you might be surprised to hear that we have escape plans, but I bet you that there is not a single LGBTQ person who's listening who is surprised to hear that we have escape plans.
I mean, my best friend just activated his 2 months ago. They moved to Portugal. They were just tired of being targeted. I mean, granted, they lived in San Francisco and Sonoma, and they live a very plush life, very well-educated men, and they're, we've been best friends for over 30 years, and he said, it's time. We got our visas, we've moved, and Portugal is very accepting. So is Spain. You should move too, is what I say. And we're very happy here. I mean, listen, I will tell you, I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud that my roots are tied to the United States. And I always say this when people yell at me, to this day, in the grocery store. It just happened 2 weeks ago. Go back to your country. And And I just thought, why would you say that to me? I'm just walking down the aisle here at QFC. Where did that come from? And I'll hear that type of rhetoric. And then I remind people, hi, thank you so much for telling me to go back to my country. My country is here. I didn't have to cross a border. A border crossed me.
So, bottom line, this is real.
Yeah, it is real.
2 people just bared their souls to tell you this is real, that America feels dangerous for a certain community. And if this is not the America you want, then every single day you have to push back and fight for the America you want and protect the LGBTQ plus community. It's up to us to protect you.